Oh, hello. I'm just laying here on my bed, looking out the window at the birds, and thinking about taking a nap. But first, before I take a nap, I wanted to read a story with you guys. And I thought this would be a great story for two reasons. One, I'm feeling a little bit tired. And two, it talks all about machines. This is the story that Miss Jenna did yesterday, but I wanted to read it to you so we could all see the pictures and see all of the machines in the story. Okay? I'm going to try not to fall asleep while I'm reading. All right. This story is called Goodnight, Goodnight Construction Site. It's written by Sherry Dusky Rinker, and it was illustrated by Tom Lichtenheld. Goodnight, Goodnight Construction Site. Here we go. There's our title page. All right, let's see if I can do this laying down. Down in the big construction site, the tough trucks work with all their might. To build a building, make a road, to get the job done, load by load. It's a lot of machines. They're working hard. Wowee. The sun has set. The work is done. It's time for trucks to end their fun. So one by one they'll go to bed, to yawn and rest their sleepy heads, then wake up to another day of rough and tough construction play. That's a really pretty sunset. I like to watch sunsets. I don't usually wake up early enough for a sunrise, but a sunset is always beautiful. Working hard to help this team, Crane Truck raises one last beam. So the crane is lifting one last beam. This is a beam is a big, heavy piece of metal. Reaching, stretching, lifting high, he swings the beam into the sky. He'll set it down right on its mark. Then off to bed. It's almost dark. He slowly folds his boom back in. And then with one last sleepy grin, he tucks himself in nice and tight, and cuddles up and says, "Good night." Shh, good night, crane truck. Good night. He even has a teddy bear. Do you see his teddy bear? Spinning, churning all day long, Cement Mixer sings his whirly song. Now, he's weary and so dizzy from the fun that keeps him busy. With one last spin, he pours the load. He's ready now to leave the road. He takes a bath, gets shiny bright, pulls up his chute, turns off his light. He cuts the engine, that means he turns off his engine, and he slows his drum. This big thing that spins around is called the drum. He dreams sweet dreams of twirly fun. Shh. Good night, Cement Mixer. Good night. Dump Truck loves to work and haul. He carries loads both big and small. He moves the dirt from place to place and dumps it with a happy face. One final load spills on the heap. Crunch! Now Dump Truck's tired and he wants to sleep. He lowers his bed, he locks his gate, he rests his wheels, it's getting late. He dims his lights, that means he turns his lights down lower. And he shuts his doors, and soon his engine slows to snores. Shh. Good night, Dump Truck. Good night. Pushing with his mighty blade, Bulldozer works to smooth the grade. He clears the way to level ground and fills the air with thunderous sound. Roar! No one's as tough and strong as he, but now he's sleepy as can be. He puffs some smoke out of his stack. This is his stack right here where the smoke comes out. Turns off his engine, stops his track. He curls into his soft dirt bed and dreams of busy days ahead. Shh. Good night, bulldozer. Good night. Scooping gravel, dirt, and sand, excavator shapes the land. He digs and lifts through the day. Arr, but now it's time to end his play. A few more holes to dig and soon he'll roll to bed beneath the moon. He made a lot of holes for that building area. It looks like the holes are probably where they're installing these pipes. Do you see how there's pipes with water that go underground? He twirls upon his bumpy track, pulls up his boom, stretches his back. He sets his scoop down on the ground and snuggles up without a sound. Shh. Good night, excavator. Good night. These big trucks, so tough and loud. They work so hard, so rough and proud. Tomorrow is another day, another chance to work and play. Turn off your engines, stop your tracks, relax your wheels, your stacks and backs. No more huffing and puffing, team. It's time to rest your heads and dream. Construction site all tucked in tight. The day is done. Turn off the light. Great work today. Now, shh. Good night. The end. Beginning of the book, if you saw it, it had the crane pulling up the sun. And at the end, crane is putting it to sleep. Good night, construction site. Good night, Miss Below. Ooh, we have special lights. So if I say, like there's a light over here, if I say, Alexa, turn master off. And my lights turned off, and I'm ready for bed. Good night.